Good morning students, myself Vikas Tiwari, PGT Biology from PG Senior Secondary School. I am here with my next topic for class 9th, that is the structural organization of a cell. So in this heading means that is the structural organization of cell. So each cell means that is animal cell, plant cell, fungal cell as well as protist. So each cell may be considered as a compartment enclosed by a continuous membrane called plasma membrane. So plasma membrane or cell membrane present in plant cell, animal cell, bacterial cell, fungal cell, and in case of protist, so each cell may be considered as a compartment enclosed by a continuous membrane, that is plasma membrane or cell membrane. Means plasma membrane enclosed the cell, that is animal, plant, fungi or protist. So this membrane, which membrane? That is plasma membrane. So plasma membrane or this membrane segregate the protoplasm. Protoplasm is a type of living fluid present in all cell. So there are two types of fluids are present in cell. One is dead, that is cytoplasm, and second is living fluid, that is protoplasm. So protoplasm is a type of living fluid while cytoplasm is a type of dead fluid. So this membrane segregate the protoplasm with the cell and prevents the protoplasm within the cell. Means it prevents the protoplasm which is present inside the cell and prevents it from mixing with the extracellular medium. Means if any extracellular medium is present, so on that time plasma membrane also prevent the protoplasm from mixing with the extracellular medium. So the cells of animal, plants, fungi and protist have numerous intracellular compartments enclosed by membranes. So in case of animals, plants, fungi and protists have numerous intracellular compartments enclosed by membranes. These are called membrane bound organelles. So inside the cells like animal, plant, fungi and protist, numerous intracellular compartments are present and that is enclosed by membranes, and these are called membrane bound organelles. So on the basis of presence or absence or the number of membranes, there are three type of organelles, that is non-membranous organelles, single membranous organelles and double membranous organelles. In non-membranous organelles, the best examples are centrioles and ribosome. In centrioles and in ribosome there are no any membranes are present, so both are non-membranous organelle. Next is single membranous organelle. Means in this type of organelle only a single membrane is present. So the best examples are lysosome and vacuoles. Both are an example of single membranous organelles. And last is double membranous organelles. In double membranous organelles, mitochondria, plastids. In plastid the best example is chloroplast. So both are the double membranous organelles. So in non-membranous organelles, best examples are centrioles and ribosome because there are no any membranes are present. And in single membranous, lysosome and vacuoles, only one membrane is present. And one thing is there, in case of vacuole, there are a question on the basis of the name of membrane of vacuole. So the membrane of vacuole, it's called tonoplast. Tonoplast is the outer membrane of vacuole. And last is double membranous organelles. So in this type of organelles there are two membranes are present, an outer and an inner. So especially in mitochondria and plastids. Next is almost every cell is characterized by three features. Means almost every cell is characterized by three features, that is the plasma membrane, nucleus and cytoplasm. These are the three main characteristic features of the cell: plasma membrane, nucleus and cytoplasm. So first heading is plasma membrane. So the term cell membrane or plasma membrane was coined by C. Naegeli. So the term cell membrane or plasma membrane was coined by C. Naegeli. Now what is plasma membrane? So it is the outermost covering of the cell that separates the contents of the cell from its external environment. So what is plasma membrane? So it is outermost covering of the cell. All type of cell, plants, animals, fungi, bacterial cell. So it is outermost covering or layer of the cell that separates the contents of the cell. What is the main function of plasma membrane? So it separates the contents of the cell from its external environment. So it is the outermost covering of the cell that separates the contents of the cell from its external environment. Now let us structure of plasma membrane. So in structure of plasma membrane, so plasma membrane is flexible, means it is flexible, not very hard. So the plasma membrane is flexible and made up of molecules called lipids and protein. So the plasma membrane is made up of lipids and protein. So for the formation of plasma membrane, so there are an important role of lipids and proteins. So in the structure of plasma membrane, there are lipid bilayer, and in between lipid protein molecules are present like a sandwich. Means lipid bilayer, upper and lower layer is made up of lipid, while in between lipid protein molecules are present like a sandwich. And the structure of plasma membrane can be observed only through an electron microscope. So without electron microscope, we cannot observe the structure of plasma membrane, like means come with the help of compound microscope. So compound microscope are not helpful in the observation of structure of plasma membrane. So here we can use an electron microscope for the observation of exact structure of the plasma membrane. Now next topic is fluid mosaic model. Fluid mosaic model was given by two scientists, S.J. Singer and Gert Nicholson. What is mean of this model? So this model states that plasma membrane is a continuous lipid bilayer having integrated protein molecules. So this model states that plasma membrane is a continuous lipid bilayer, means two layers of lipids are present, and in between lipid integrated protein molecules are present. The membrane are semi-fluid and dynamic in nature. Means this membrane is in semi-fluid medium and dynamic. So the membrane are semi-fluid and dynamic in nature. The lipid and protein molecule help in performing transport movements. So what is the main benefit of lipid and protein? Means what are their main work? So the lipid and protein molecules help in performing transport movement by using detergent. We can dissolve the plasma membrane, because the plasma membrane or cell membrane is made up of lipid and protein. So by using detergent we can dissolve the membrane in many biological process. So in next video my next topic is diffusion and osmosis.